All right, let's talk about another type of bonding that's weaker than covalent bonding. It's called ionic bonding. So in this example, we have to start by being able to draw the classic examples between sodium atoms and chloride atoms, okay? And sodium atoms have in their valence layer or valence shell a single electron. So sodium has 11 protons and 11 electrons. So let's just draw the Lewis dot structure for sodium real quick, right? So 11 protons. 2 electrons go in the very first shell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have to deal with one more, so there needs to be a third shell. And there's the 11th electron. Chloride has a total of 17 protons and 17 electrons to deal with, right? So we're going to do the same thing, 17 protons, the first shell, 2 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons in the second shell, so we're up to 10. That means we have 7 to deal with. A third shell will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So there are 17 electrons. Note, right, that there's a single electron in the sodium atom and 7 electrons in the valence shell of chloride, right? So 1 valence electron, 7 valence electrons, right? So imagine if there were to share, right? If this were to be a covalent bond here. That's great news for chloride, right? It has all 7 of its electrons that it brought, and it gets to share this one. It's got 8, it's satisfied, okay? What's not satisfied is sodium, right? Sodium has the one that it brought, and it has the one that it shared. Now it only has 2 valence electrons. That's not enough. So there has to be a different situation, right? There has to be a different way for these two molecules, or excuse me, these two atoms to bond. And what will happen, right, instead of a sharing, is a donation situation, right? So what is going to occur is that this electron is going to be pulled apart and incorporated into the chloride atom, right? So here, right, the atom of chloride receives that valence electron that used to be with sodium. It was here, and now it's gone. So much for that. This holds these two atoms together, right? This type of bonding. Because think of what's happened now, right? With 1 less electron, this still has 11 protons, but now only 10 electrons. So it's got an extra positive charge here. Sodium has an extra positive charge. Chloride had 17 protons, but it sort of plucked off, right? It received the donation of, is another way to think about it, right? It received the donation of that electron right here. So now it's got 18 electrons. Now look, all the valence layers are full, right? This is empty, so it's like it's not even there. Valence layers are all full. But this has an extra negative charge. And so what holds these two atoms together, right, is this attraction of charge here. Positive sodium, negative chloride. This, by the way, is table salt. And when you put this in water, you probably know, it comes apart. And we'll talk a little bit about, a bit more about why that happens, right? But when you put this thing, right, this ionically bonded molecule in water, it separates. And it separates without going back to its original orientation, okay? This term is that it ionizes. It dissolves in water, and that the atoms that were bonded together they don't get back to their original form. Right? Instead, sodium remains positively charged and chloride remains negatively charged. Why is it positive? It's got an extra positive charge. It's got 11 protons but only 10 electrons. Why is chloride negative? It's got 17 protons, but it's got the extra electron, right? The one that it picked up from the sodium when the bond was formed. So now, right, in water, these species are no longer atoms because they're no longer neutral. Right? They're no longer electrically neutral. They're charged. And so what we have formed, right, when we take this big chunk of sodium right here and we put it in water and it comes apart, it dissolves. We'll talk exactly about what that means, right? But when it dissolves, now we have ions. The definition of an ion is an atom with an uneven number of protons and electrons, right? And it makes these, because it's unevenly numbered, right? More positive or more negative charge, that each of these is charged. In the case of sodium, because it's got more positive charge, right? It gets a special term, it's called a cation. And in the case of chloride, because it's got more negative charge, this is called an anion. Okay? And so these are ionic bonds that form. This is what holds your table salt together. Throw it in water, it ionizes, and no longer do we have atoms anymore, right? We have ions. This is a much weaker bond, right, than a covalent bond. If you were to throw something covalently bonded in water, it wouldn't dissolve as readily, okay? And we'll talk about the properties of water and why that is. Okay, I think what I want to do then is in class on Monday, when we come back, I think that's the 2nd of February, I'll talk a little bit about three-dimensional shape, and I'll talk about special property of water here that requires you to understand how it's covalently put together. So have a good weekend whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you on Monday. The nice thing about the videos is you can always go back and rewatch them. If you have questions on any of these things, right, let me know. Jot a note down. Could you go over this? And I'd be happy to talk about it more in class.